What's up, you dead nerds?
Oh,
CJ, baby kitty, Hallie, and the blues in her lap. Welcome back to another great episode of Halloween month. This is episode something or another. What are we doing?
A Haunting of Bly Manor.
Episode 7?
Mm-hmm.
Episode 7 is what we're doing today. It's okay, babies. It's okay, baby kitties. Yes, so today was episode 7 of Bly Manor. This, I think, was the saddest video.
It's so sad. I teared up a little bit.
Oh gosh, baby, you gotta start pressing buttons. Yeah, this episode was super duper sad. It was totes malotes not worth the hype for this episode. It just showed really how evil Peter was, to be honest. The
just revealed more evilness about Peter.
The now dead boyfriend of our former au pair, Miss Rebecca.
Really could have been like, you know what, Rebecca, I want you to just go, leave this property, get as far as you can. But he said no. Oh, boo! Oh, boo town!
Yeah, so basically we found out how Rebecca died. We found out a little bit more of their backstory and what they jumped to when they're what do they call it?
Tucking themselves away.
Getting tucked away. It's all super sad and super duper terrible.
At least Peter's memory is terrible.
No, Peter's fucking screw Peter.
Screw Peter.
He's a garbage person. He screwed over 3 people in this episode. And it's terrible. He screwed over. We got to see how Miss Jessel died. Miss Jessel wanted to be close to Peter because she thought he had left and stolen all this money and just dipped without her after promising her all this stuff. And she was brokenhearted and blah, 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 blah. You know, stories all the time. And he tricked her. He was like, we could be forever together.
Yeah,
I found a way.
I think she thought he meant like in her heart. Like, yeah. But he took over her body and basically killed her.
Yeah, he possessed her and then made her commit suicide within the possession.
By drowning herself.
And, yeah, a terrible way to die. That's one of the worst ways to die. Like that and being set on fire. Both terrible. You know, you just feel it as you die just the whole time.
That was really sad when she discovered her body floating and realized what
was happening. Yeah, that was a super sad moment. She was just so hopeful.
He's a fucking glue trap.
And then she realized she was being tucked away again. And by the time she realized what was happening, she was already dead. And it's jacked up because like his selfishness he didn't want to be alone so bad that he killed someone else to make sure he wasn't alone.
Yeah, they're trapped in ghost life forever. Yeah, I guess eternity.
Purgatory.
Yeah.
And it's awful, to be honest. Like, what kind of person has that little care in their soul, you know, that they'll just manipulate people and hurt people in such a way that no matter life or death, they don't care about anyone else but themselves. Like, it's jacked up. It's really jacked up. Like, I've dealt with some really terrible people in my life and some uncaring people in my life. And I've been uncaring at certain points in my life, but that's too far, you know, like that kind of uncaring. And there are people like that in the world.
He basically murdered her.
He did murder her. He didn't basically, he did murder her. And then he convinced Miles to get possessed forever. He tricked Miles, the little boy, telling him he was going to see his mom and dad again. And then possessed him to tuck him away And then Hannah, who had died, she had been doing well as a ghost. She, somehow was able to still change her clothes and her appearance and keep appearances up. And in her mind, she was still living every day until this episode where possessed Miles showed Hannah her dead body, which made her spiral.
Yeah, I think it ended her good times.
Yeah, she's become one of the lost ghosts now, which is very sad. So one of the cherry ghosts, Yeah, and that's basically the whole episode. To be honest, it's all sad. Get a surprise twist ending, kind of. The Lady Lake shows up again, but this time grabs Danny. Yeah, shocking twist. We thought she was going to die from Miles being possessed by Mr. Peter, but she wasn't. She wasn't murdered by him, as we had previously thought.
Do you think she dies? Didn't show her dying.
She's getting choked up by Lady Lake. That's how Peter died.
Yeah, maybe Flora helps her.
It only took Peter like 30 seconds to die.
Yeah.
You remember that?
I don't think she died.
She grabbed Peter, walked around the corner, walked back, and he was dead.
She died.
I don't know. That's a rough one to not die from. Pretty sure she's about to die.
Okay, Flora doesn't die then, and she's the one telling the story.
You think that's Flora?
Yeah.
The old lady?
Yeah.
That would be her story, though. At the beginning, she said, "This isn't my story, but I have a story," or whatever. Remember?
Does she have an English accent?
I remember. We have to watch the first episode again.
Well, she narrates throughout.
Yeah.
She has an English accent.
She does. But she doesn't say anything's perfectly splendid.
You think Flora dies?
I think they all die eventually.
Oh, I don't think Danny dies.
I think they all eventually die.
Okay. Well.
Or if Hannah, Peter, Rebecca, Danny is like half dead right now. I'm pretty sure the other two are already dead. Jessie, we found out the groundskeeper's name. Her name is Jessie.
No, it's not. It's Jamie.
Jamie. Are we sure?
Yeah.
Sure it's Jamie and not Jessie?
It's Jamie.
Okay, it's Jamie. Do you have anything to add? What did you think of the episode?
Oh, it was sad.
It was sad. She's very good at these one-liners. One-word liners.
It's sad. It was.
It was sad. It was very sad. What did you think? What did you think about it?
He did that to her.
Yeah, it sucked. It was terrible. This whole show is kind of sadder than scary.
She was so a little glimmer of hope when Jamie talked to her.
Yeah.
I was like, ask Henry, like this is an opportunity. And then fucking Peter shows up again. God damn it. And sucks her back in.
Yeah, his pure selfishness. Undying selfishness.
Over a little boy's body. Like, fucking weirdo.
That's the weirdest thing in my brain is like, okay, we have to possess both these kids, right? So we can like live forever and take over their lives. But
they're siblings and they're lovers.
They're siblings. So like what'd they think? Like when we get old enough and hit puberty, we're gonna sleep together?
Rebecca was like, fuck this. Like I'm not doing that.
No. Rebecca didn't say fuck this. Rebecca had a change of heart and she was like, I can't go through with it. But like what was the initial plan? That was the initial plan? We'll just have some inbred babies? Like that's super inbred babies right there.
Can't go through with it.
You want friggin' genetic disorders, that's how you get them. Inbreeding. The whole situation's jacked up and weird to think about, to be honest.
I mean, but they could never leave Bly Manor.
Maybe forever possessing a kid is different. Maybe when you have full control over an innocent child, it's different than a grown-ass person.
Maybe.
Because that's what I was getting from the episode. That's what they were hinting at. Like, once we take over the kids, we can actually have our lives again. So.
I don't know. I'm just fucked up. Fuck this episode.
Yeah, this show, I was really hoping for a scary show. I was like thinking.
That's what
It was like American Horror Story.
Yeah, no.
This is just like a sad drama. It's not. I don't even know if I would call it a drama. It's just plain sad.
It's sad with jump scares.
Yeah, it's like sad jump scares. So it's very confusing. The jump scares getting less and less, and they're not really that scary. They're just like shocking.
It's always like the faceless people.
So that's what we have to say about episode 7.
Hold up your palm.
Oh, 5. 7. Now you're going. You just turned it so it's like 1. All right. I hope we have 2 more episodes left. I hope the next 2 are good.
No, I know they're even sadder.
I was so excited to do these. Now I'm less excited because it's just getting sad.
It's just gonna get sadder.
All right. Peace out. Love you, squad. Try to stay happy. What was that?
A fucking fly or whatever those things are. That, oh, it's by you now. Look, it's like a little baby moth.
I don't know. We don't get bugs normally in the house.
There's tons of bugs in the house. There's ants everywhere.
Oh, it's a gnat.
A baby moth.
It's a gnat. It's like a small fly. All right. Either way, peace out, squad. Love you guys.
Bye.